everybody. I'm Nishtha at House of Jaeger, and we have Charmaine with us. She'll be talking a bit about her digital artwork at House of Jaeger, something that she's in charge of, and her take on women empowerment. So, hi, Charmaine. How are you?
I'm great. Hello, everyone. I'm great.
So let's just start with the digital artwork that you're in charge of, and if you could just give us a brief about that.
Okay, so the digital artwork that I'm in charge of is a creative process where you have to think about the certain concept, the certain story that you're supposed to put. For me, it's fun to do. I enjoy it the most. It's kind of relaxing sometimes when I put these things together for House of Jaeger and bringing that vibrance in the color scheme to the artwork.
Beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful, and we absolutely love it. So let's just shift focus to the role of education and women empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of questions. Let's go with the first one. So, how important do you think education is towards empowering women or young girls?
I think education is really important. As a woman, it is imperative for one to get educated. As a young girl, it's imperative for one to get educated because I know so many young women don't have the access to education. Some get early marriage. Some it's either poverty. That's also another factor that comes into place where women are in poverty. They then revert to prostitution, or they revert to sex trafficking because they want to find source of income. But for a girl child, you really don't want. It's so sad to see other women face that and try to get them out because of the things that they experience. And so for us, me and Nikta, we're so privileged to be educated women who, you have the knowledge, because I believe that knowledge is key. Once you have the knowledge, you can decipher this, that, and then you don't really get married. It then delays the marriage as well, because you also then realize that as a woman, you have something to put in the world, something to place in the world, something you want. Your voice as a woman needs to be heard, and educate other people as well as a woman, because I believe women also have voices to say and speak their messages across the globe so that they can also be heard, and not just, we've always lived in a society where men go to school, they get the education, and they provide for the family. I'm not saying, they shouldn't provide, but as women too, there is also something that we also have to contribute to our society and our community.
Absolutely, very well said. It is no more the generation where women are a liability and men are an asset. It is more about individuals and equals. So it's not about pitching women above men. It's actually a thing about equals.
Right.
Yeah. So that just moves on to something very, very recent and what we're facing, the coronavirus situation. So during COVID, a lot of schools have been shut and many girls have lost access. So how can these young girls get access to education so that they can be empowered and they don't feel lost?
This is so interesting because most schools, like you said, they have been closed, they have been shut down. For other women that go to great schools like private schools, you can get the online access as a girl child, but there's other people who are in government schools and not a private school, and those people in government schools probably are at home and not doing anything, which will then end up resulting in the poverty situation and them going to get money in different ways that is not feasible for them and ends up hurting them emotionally once. And so I don't know, as a community, we need to just find a way to help these people because it is something that is going on, And most people have kind of like disregarded it, that there are other women that, or other children that are sitting at home doing nothing. They don't even have a teacher, a professor to teach them and keep their minds working, keep their brains functioning. And they're just idle, staying at home, doing nothing. And as a person, as an individual, even as a woman, you don't want to have that idle mind and mentality, your mental health. Mental health then comes in, because most of the time you're not just thinking, oh, there is no hope, it's a dead-end situation. So I believe that as people, as a community, or people who have access to all those things, find ways to help those communities, to help those children or young girls who really don't have access, to reach out, find organizations or something to reach out to or research those certain schools, to see, like, do they have a certain education. It could be your family member that you don't know of, that are actually not going to school too, and you can be a source of help as well.
Absolutely, yes. It is the time when women need to lift up other women.
Right.
And even to lift up, we can't be dependent on men to do that. So just one last question. How do you think women, or we as individuals, can encourage young girls to go to school and educate themselves?
So I think it's just, I would say, when I saw Michelle Obama, she's one of the role models, I think everyone's role model. She was an educated woman, and she helped the community. She did whatever in her power to inspire. And that's one way, you can inspire young women, by doing it, by saying it's possible, by saying I've been there, I'm doing it, this is how you do it. And everybody just looks up to that certain individual, that this is the way to do it. And that's how you can inspire, by doing it. Sometimes we often like to talk, but we can talk and talk and talk, but if we don't actually do it, it doesn't give that or that power to, to believe that, a woman like Michelle Obama is educated, I can do it as well. Or you look at Oprah Winfrey, that, where she is, she's an inspirational woman where everybody just looks up to her. And so that also kind of ignites, for those who don't have access to, Oprah and Obama, as yourself, you still have a voice, you still have a place in the world. And so you can do it too, and show those girls, or show those young girls, that this is how you can do it. These are the advantages. These are the benefits of, going to school. These are the benefits of actually educating yourself. And you can gain your own income. You don't really necessarily have to depend on a male figure to give you money every time you need something. You always ask in a male, but you can say, I have some income and I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for myself. So I think that's one way that I strongly believe in, that will empower young women and girls.
Thank you so much. I mean, this has been a very insightful session.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nikshta, for hosting. You have been a wonderful host.
Thank you. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you.